N is nausea for the nose, so that has to go a certain location right above her forehead there.
We've all heard the phrase, put on your thinking cap, when it comes to focusing on a difficult problem or question.
And they would be putting saline solution on the sponge to keep the actual sensor away from the scalp.
Now that thinking cap just might become a reality.
It's not unusual for educational psychologists to look around at different root disciplines and try to make some guesses about how they might be applied to educational interventions, and that's what we're doing here.
University of Alabama professors Rick Hauser and Steve Thoma hope transcranial direct current stimulation, or TDCS, can become an answer for students who struggle to learn, recall, or retain information.
What we were intrigued by was work from brain sciences, looking at how math calculations actually were visible in fMRI studies, when they actually look at hotspots in the brain where certain activities are when people are focused on certain activities. This side here has been associated with fMRI studies with math calculations. Once it gets up
the electrical currents are painless and harmless. Currents are transmitted using a cap with different colors. The cap's colors represent different brain cortexes.
And so this is prior to her doing the math calculation. Okay. When this is set up, first step then was we go to the TCDS basic machine, we turn it on.
The professors have given dozens of students 20 minutes of low current stimulation.
So that's the actual test that they complete.
They are then given a predetermined amount of time to complete statistics problems.
Well, that has implications beyond math. And like for my own personal interest, it's how do people make decisions about ethical kinds of considerations. And we know, for instance, that there seems to be a cognitive and emotional component. And through TCDS, I can sort of manipulate which gets emphasized, the cognitive or the emotional, and I can then see if the kinds of decisions people make change. And so it allows me to do things that I couldn't otherwise do with just paper and pencil or other kinds of interview-based assessments.